Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another episode of the GoodCastShow. So my guest today is a Malaysian politician and doctor who currently is serving as the Member of Parliament of Kapar since November 2022. Now she has served as member of the Selangor State Executive Council in the Pakatan Rakyat State Administration under former Menteri Besar Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim from March 2008 to September of 2014 and a member of the Selangor State Legislative Assembly for Selat Kelang from March 2008 to May 2018. She was also the chairperson of the Selangor Public Library Corporation, PPAS, and currently is the chairperson of the National Unity Committee of PAS of Selangor. Please welcome Yang Berhormat Dr. Hajah Halimah Ali. YB, welcome to the podcast and thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much, Bernard, for having me here.
It's an honor. And again, big shout out to Dr. Sean for connecting us. Well done to him. Now, I want to get cleared up some things first, YB.
Yeah.
On your Wikipedia page, it says that you were once the editor Risalah of Tamil Makal Shakti and the Ketua editor Bulletin Mandarin Ren Min Shi Shi. Is this true?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Wow. Can you please elaborate a bit on that?
At that time, I was the deputy chair of this National Unity Bureau for PAS Pusat.
Okay.
Okay, and we had to get ourselves across to the non-Malays, especially the Chinese and the Indians. So we had to do something which is a little bit unusual, out of the box.
Okay.
And with the limited resources, so we had this little bulletin called Ren Min Si Si for Chinese. I can't read Mandarin. I can't speak Mandarin, but I was the chief editor.
I see. And how about the Tamil one?
The content, the design and what is going to be in and what is not going to be in.
I see.
Of course, it was by me. And of course, I got people who can read Tamil and who can...
see.
Yeah.
Here I was thinking that you knew like 4 languages. I say, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit, but not much.
Not much, huh? Okay, so let's start with the Perikatan Nasional Coalition first. A lot of news is coming out from PN Bloc in recent times. We'll definitely go to the ASEAN meet and all that and get your opinion on many things. But in the past couple of months, we've had issues where PAS and BERSATU are naming PM candidates. We've had, of course, the current BERSATU power struggle that's happening. Recently, MIPP is now also being investigated by ROS. We hear rumors that MIC is looking to jump to PN as well. So what's the future of the coalition? Can it hold together till the next general elections?
Okay, this is a political coalition, okay?
Yeah.
So nothing is kind of permanent.
I see.
And I suppose it's also related to the dynamics of the people of Malaysia. They want more. They're not just satisfied with the decades of loyalty to just one coalition. And so that formed the current dynamics in politics, which is like in Sabah, which is very volatile. And even the Bebas Wakil Rakyat have got their place,
Yeah, in Sabah especially, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is, and also when you're talking about MIPP, you're talking about MIC and all that, you see. So even the Indian community itself is now looking at who shall we trust and who can help our community to progress. So the people now is not just satisfied with NATO, no action talk only. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to really go for the principle center and people who keep the promises. Maybe the promises are not that big and not that,
bombastic.
Not the moon and the skies and all
yeah.
that. But you see, like us in past, we don't give many promises. But once we commit to any promise, we will stick by it.
Okay. That's true. Yeah. In fact, I think you said in Terengganu, I think you guys have committed 100% of all your promises in the manifesto. Yeah.
The manifesto, yeah.
Now, but again, one of the past leaders has come out recently and said that Perikatan Nasional is nearing death. So should we read into that? Do you agree with this statement?
Well, not really. You see, we are in the parliament.
Yeah.
And we're quite a solid opposition bloc,
Yeah.
And maybe that's his personal view,
Yeah.
but it's not the view of the whole Perikatan Nasional.
But you must accept that PAS has had a interesting record. It was once with PR, and then it was with, I think, Gagasan Rakyat. And there was another one, if I'm not mistaken. Then there was Muafakat
that's
Nasional.
before that.
Before that.
Yeah.
So before that, then after that you guys joined the MN, and then now PN. So, and PAS has all the cards to bargain. I mean, they can join anyone. Everybody wants PAS on their team.
Yeah.
4 states.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's one thing. That's the record, okay? PAS is a very simple party. We are principle-centered. We have set our guiding principles. It's all there, black and white, in our constitution. So any party or any NGO or any community which would go against our guiding principles or core values are all welcome.
Okay.
That is PAS for all. And
Okay.
I was instrumental in that slogan.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. And okay, but we'll get to that because I think you are, when I look at your track record, you seem to be one among the more moderates in the party. You were also among the people who urged the party to stop using the word kafir and all this and instead use the word non-Muslim. I think that was you and Dato' Taqiyuddin as well. Both of you all were among those who voiced out.
Hopefully the Muslims don't get me wrong. I'm saying don't misuse
Don't
the
misuse,
word kafir.
okay.
You know, there is always a place for everything, usage of words and all that, appropriate, you know. So hopefully that's taken into the right context.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the big topic now, BERSATU's power struggle, power tussle. We've seen them now in housekeeping mode and all that. So what, as a member of PAS's Central Committee, what's your view on what's happening in BERSATU?
Okay, you know, we are sort of brothers and sisters inside the Perikatan Nasional,
Yeah.
okay? So like a family, if your brothers got a little bit of problem with the marriage and all that, you do feel a bit upset, you know. But we don't meddle. PAS do not meddle with other people's parties' in-house problems. Some people said implosion or what?
Who's that?
So, as far as we are concerned, okay, we want Perikatan Nasional to be strong,
Yeah, of course.
solidified, you know, united, because we got same mission and vision, and it's all for the people of Malaysia. It's irrespective of races, East Malaysia, West Malaysia, you know, irrespective, and especially now when the people of Malaysia are looking for some alternative. They've already seen nearly 3 years. Next month is going to be 3 years. We are still 31st October, right?
Yeah.
Not yet, November.
Yeah, not to remember.
Okay. They're looking for alternative, you know, which is clean and they can depend upon and who can deliver their promises because they're sick of listening to promises, especially election promises. That's what's happening in PR in Sabah now. you know.
Yeah.
So they're looking for that. I believe BERSATU is going through. It's a learning curve lah. It's only a few years old, you
But
see.
have they been respectful enough of PAS in the coalition? Because when that whole PM candidate naming happened, PAS they named their PM candidate. PAS then named theirs, and PAS was very vocal about the fact that they weren't really happy with what BERSATU did. So has that soured the whole relationship between both these giant parties in this coalition?
What PAS say, usually PAS don't never talk about being PM, okay?
Yeah.
We just want to serve the people and do what's good and all that. And recent development and, of course, recent success, because PAS is the biggest political party in the parliament now, and we've got its 4 states and all that. Of course, in the AGM, it's just natural, especially for the youth, you know, to talk about something future. Being futuristic is normal, what?
Yeah. Yes.
And we do have candidates
Okay.
who fit in.
Especially your Chief Minister of Terengganu, I think is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are more. you see if you see the committee members of PAS, Central Committee members of PAS now, only 1/3 are from the ulama.
Correct.
You see?
Yeah, that's a misconception about PAS. Yeah, very
And,
common.
but past, we don't talk loud. Okay?
You're very calm and laid back.
Yes.
But okay, so I mean, has PAS ever come up with sort of like a plan B? Do you all have a plan B if the coalition implodes, if this power tussle leads to a lot of other problems? Do you all have a plan B?
Well, PAS is already 78 years old.
Yeah.
It's quite, quite established.
It is. Yeah.
And has gone through all kinds of waves, maybe tsunami or what, little tsunamis and things like that. We have our timeline, roadmap, and all that, you see. So we have got friends with almost all the major political parties in Malaysia, almost all, and some minor political parties. So you talk about plan B, it's not plan B, plan C, plan D, all that. Yeah. So it's not just, definitive that we're going to be this way and that's it, nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm reading between the
PAS
lines
is
here.
very
maybe.
accommodating, okay?
Okay. So that's interesting that you say that. But okay, so while BERSATU is in housekeeping mode, while there's a tussle, there's a lot of issues in the PN bloc. In Perikatan Nasional now, they are welcoming the potential return of the man himself, Mr. Khairy Jamaluddin, is coming back to BN. That was what that was reported. Allegedly, we don't know. There's no confirmed statement. And he's apparently another thing is his return will conflict with PAS because he's planning to go for the Kepala Batas seat, which is a PAS seat now. So considering, that was the seat of his late father-in-law and how popular he is with the younger voters, is PAS ready to give up, has to accept that maybe Kepala Batas may not be your seat anymore in Penang?
Well, Kepala Batas was and is PAS stronghold. And even his wife's late grandfather was a PAS strong man.
Okay.
Okay, so as I said, you see, he is going to Perikatan Nasional, not PAS, right?
No, BN.
Yeah, UMNO.
UMNO, yeah. UMNO,
Okay,
yeah.
so depending on where UMNO is going to stand, I mean, which
coalition you're in?
which direction is UMNO going to be?
I
See?
see. Did you
So
just say
whether-
something by me?
So no, there's nothing definitive.
Okay.
Just like what UMNO president was saying, no Anwar, no DAP. Suddenly, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't say definitively that it's going to be like this and like that. We will cross the river when we get to the bridge.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know whether was that an accidental slip of the revealing that UMNO will join PN or what. No, but anyway.
But there's always it was there. You were talking about Muafakat Nasional,
Yeah,
right?
it was there.
We were there.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
Yeah.
But of course, it's the members want us to be together, Yeah.
Okay.
Even PKR MP Hassan Karim, he doesn't doesn't go all out with his. I don't know,
Yeah,
biggest
especially
boss.
recently. Yeah. He's a very
Yeah.
vocal man. Yeah. And
I
love
hope KJ is also going to be principle centered and walk his talk. He's been talking.
He's talking a lot.
Yeah.
Now, of course, with KJ's return, one of the reasons was that they wanted to bolster BN's chances in the upcoming Sabah state elections. This time, PAS is going for 15 seats, if I'm not mistaken, in Sabah. So how do you think KJ's entry into this game now will impact PAS's performance in Sabah?
Well, you see, PAS has just been given an elected adun for the last session, okay? And we have never won any seat yet. And so if KJ is coming or whoever else is coming, they're going to be there, the normal thing. I think what PJ is going to, the effect, if PJ is entering BN is, I think they need to solidify their BN because they're having problems there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Between
And the
MC, MIC
leadership
and all.
there.
Yeah.
So not so much about PAS. Okay, PAS has got his own roadmap and all that, you know. And you see why is PAS there when it looks like bleak and all that? You see, what's the problems with Sabah all this while?
I mean,
What does Sabah need?
a lot. Jobs, money, infrastructure development, you name it.
What's the biggest issues?
Currently, I think the reason was corruption and all that.
Yes. And what is the track record of PAS?
That's true lah.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
that's what we're offering to the people of Sabah and the people of Malaysia. Because your pockets, you're not going to touch it, wherever you are, and especially the rakyat. And we talk about infrastructure, development, schools. I'm a PAC committee member for Parliament. We went there because of the bakalan air and all that. No? So, you see, what needs to be done if you want to talk about development, and it's not that, you don't have the budget from the federal and all that. They did. The problem was what I was hearing in the debate in the Parliament is when it goes to Sabah, it doesn't go to the real projects and the people's well-being. So they are questioning, where does it go? Where did it go?
I've always been curious why PAS wants to enter Sabah, because considering your track record in Sabah, and I've lived in Sarawak for about 5 years, so I'm very well versed with the culture there, especially in Sabah and Sarawak and all that. And I feel like culturally, Borneans tend to a bit more distrustful of Malayan parties, and they look more at local issues and all that. So why is PAS now very active and eager to enter Sabah? Is it just to how do I say, end your drought of seats? So, I mean, what's the reason?
Okay, it's not that PAS is just entering Sabah.
Yeah, you've been there for a
PAS
long
has
time.
been there for many years.
Yeah,
Of
in
course,
terms
we
of
don't have
seats.
many people.
Yeah.
We don't have like the strength, of course, there. But we have got branches. We have got quite hardworking. Even though we are small in numbers, but there is impact, including in Sarawak. Okay, but we are not power hungry. So that's why we don't look as if we are really struggling with everyone, fighting with everyone. You see, we know what we want, and we have got this hashtag budaya politik matang dan sejahtera. So when we say we are principle centered, matang means mature. So you don't fight for every single thing. If it is good, you say good, no matter if it is from somebody who is a opponent or whatever, you see. So that is the kind of thing. It's not just one night and when you make Rome. So it takes decades.
It does.
Yeah. And even in the west coast of Semenanjung, Malaysia, we still need time. Yeah, we are strong in SG4 in 4 northern states. But we are now still developing our strength here, our influence here. We need time.
Okay. Fair enough. As you say, Rome was not built in a day.
Yeah.
But recently, you also announced the appointment of Tan Sri Anwar Musa as your Sabah election director. So what do you think he's going to bring into the game for PAS? How will he enrich PAS's opportunities or chances?
Okay. He was the ex-Secretary General of UMNO, okay?
Yeah.
He's a veteran
Very
in
veteran.
politics.
Very, yeah.
And he has been in Perikatan Nasional for many, many years. I think it was eight sessions as a working rakyat. You know? So he knows the game. And he also knows the Sabah people. Some was, of course, his division leaders and all that. So he's put there so that, and as he himself wants, he wants to give service. He wants to do the best that he can. Maybe what he couldn't attempted in UMNO but couldn't achieve, hopefully he can do it in PAS. Because we got very clear principles.
No, but PAS is a very interesting party because every politician I've spoken to has always commended PAS in terms of its discipline, its structure. Everybody envies your on-ground network. In fact, I had a guest, in Dr. Faiz, who said that if you say it's BERSATU versus BN, it's actually PAS versus BN because BERSATU relies on your on-ground infrastructure and all that, your on-ground people and all.
Yeah.
So, of course, Tan Sri Anwar Musa, I think, can leverage on that because if I'm not mistaken, in one of the previous state elections, PAS did help BN win a few seats.
Oh, many.
Many because of your on-ground work, right?
Yeah.
So, with all of that, I wonder, what is your strategy when you enter Sabah? Because in the SG4, yes, PAS tends to go towards more religious and racial sentiments, which will work. But in Sabah, when you have such a multicultural base, way more than even us, there are so many tribes and all that. How do you plan to combat that? How are you going to change PAS in Sabah?
PAS in Sabah itself is is already there, because they are from Sabah themselves, and I was in Sarawak for 17 years. You in 5 years in Sarawak.
You win.
So we know. The different situations, the different culture, the different needs, the different fears, and what can gain their trust and what will destroy the trust. So PAS Sabah is aware of that. And there is a different entity because, you talk about Sabah, that's quite far, okay? So we talk about PAS in Selangor, and Wilayah. They are also different from PAS in Kelantan, Terengganu. It's a different, different entity. And we are given that, we don't say it's autonomous, but, the kind of liberty and the kind of mandate whereby they can act upon what is needed there.
Okay.
According to the local needs.
So that means PAS strategy is based it goes as per state. Different state, different things, right? So on that note, an activist, George Elias in Sabah, he wrote this very scathing article about PAS. He said Sabah is taking the right measures to become a developed state, but all of this will be in jeopardy if PAS makes inroads in the state. We may end up like Kelantan, which has been ruled by PAS all along and seen as a failed state. Now, of course, there are many layers to these types of statements and allegations because, as we know, there's difference between what the federal can do and what the state governments can do for Kelantan. We know all that, right? But for the general public, the layman, they will get it confused. They think, because PAS is Kelantan, so PAS can do everything. But, there is federal interventions that need to happen as well. But this is the overall perception that surrounds PAS, unfortunately, despite the discipline, despite the strong on-ground work and all that. As a member of the Central Committee, is PAS going on, is this known to the PAS Pusat? And if so, are they doing anything to change this perception?
Okay, I've got to admit that that's one of our weaknesses. We have not been effectively unboxing ourselves. Okay,
That's a good one.
okay.
Unboxing yourself.
Yeah, and it's only now that they're talking about, and we have got a scientist who is now running Terengganu and all that.
Yeah.
And it's now that they only know that there are so many.
Learned people, yeah.
Learned
You're a
people.
doctor. I think Kepala
scholars.
Batas is also a doctor. A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, it's PhD. We have got 4 medical doctors in PAS Central Committee, including a vascular surgeon.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is that I understand what he was saying. That is the general narrative
Yes, about
that
PAS.
was being orchestrated by PAS enemies all these decades, and it really worked, getting people away from PAS, getting scared from PAS. You see, but as you mentioned, you see, and that's one of the the strategy, political strategy, and PR and Sabah, whereby they want to clear PAS away as an opponent, a strong opponent. They said that you don't have to come PAS. They are just really just zero. They just know how to pray and all that. They don't know how to run the country, and you're going to eat sand.
Eat sand? They say that? We have no deserts. So how would you do that?
Pasir lah.
Yeah.
Whereas, okay, I don't know whether you have interviewed our Chief Minister Ron Terengganu.
No.
You see, during PKP, during their COVID MCO, most of the companies had losses.
Yes.
Okay, because of the MCO. But the thing is, which is very interesting, the companies, there are more than 100 companies, state-linked companies in Terengganu.
Yeah.
I think 98% were making profits. How do you do that?
No idea.
Isn't that something?
It is.
You see?
But one of the faults or one of the points that was raised by these activists with regards to PAS in Sabah is that if you look at Sabah, of course, the culture there it's different from Malaya in the sense, especially when their entertainment enjoyment's a bit different. It's they like to have fun, have a good time when they're not working and all that kind of stuff. So there's sort of alcohol in the mix and all that, right? One of the things brought up was that when PAS was the deputy federal minister, there was a tightening of the import taxes or the whole duty-free status in Labuan. So that is being used as an example. And also we see that a lot of rhetoric coming out of PAS MPs in Parliament is it's very antagonizing to other communities. So hasn't PAS shot themselves in the foot in this case because they keep doing this when now they seem to be in this grey area or this transitional period where now they are looking for national presence as opposed to last time it was just Kelantan, Terengganu. Isn't PAS also to be blamed?
When I heard all that, what I come to the conclusion is there's so many things that PAS got to do.
You got to change things.
To clear the misperception, and also because we are now having these gadgets and all that, and all the media social and all that, sometimes the content is very spicy, very... it goes viral. You want to get it to go viral. So so many added things and exaggerated, which is not true. You see, you go to Kelantan. You think they don't drink alcohol, the non-Muslims?
Of course they do. But I think maybe that's because I've before you I've interviewed I think now 3 PAS members now. It started with YB Mumtaz, then Dr. Sean, and then after that Dr. Bala from DHPP, and now you. And all of you all say this. You bring up the example of Kelantan, the temples. And I think that's all we accept. That I don't think we think that PAS is going to take over and destroy every other community. No, we don't think that. But I think now, as you earlier said, the voters are now, it's not like 2008. When it was 2008, I remember voters were very sure what they wanted. They wanted BN down and they would vote for anyone other than BN. Now, we are like still, we are like sort of like shopping. We are sort of window shopping. We're looking, this one not bad. How about this? How about that? Because on one side, you have a very ultra-Malay approach. On one side, you have broken promises. So we are like, up in the air. So when we look at PAS, as an Islamic party, as a party guided by morals and justice and fairness, they can be a viable option for us. In fact, I have voted for PAS before, myself, in 2008. But the problem is when you hear recent statements coming out of Parliament, you must admit that sometimes PAS leaders do antagonize the non-Muslim community and push us further away from you all and make life harder for members like people in people like Dr. Sean, people like, all these people who are trying to get more non-Muslims into your party. Don't you have to agree?
Well, I was the chair of this national unity,
Yeah.
and which is basically about non-Malays and non-Muslims, trying to bridge them with past,
Yeah.
and trying to crush the Great Wall. I think you have to be a little bit fair. Yeah, I do understand that. You're talking about the masses there, which is still not sure whether past is going to really destroy their current way of life, their freedom, and their lifestyles and all that. Okay. Basically, you see, okay, in Selangor, I was one of the exco.
Yeah.
I was one of the aduns. And in my constituency was Pulau Ketang. That is 99.9999% Chinese non-Muslim. And you can see almost nearly every shop is got Carlsberg here. Out there,
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can ask them, did I ever say that, yeah, you take that down? All they've got a lot. They don't have churches, they got near La Tokong lah. I got a lot of Tokong and all that, And during the Mooncake Festival, I think I went to same as what you said lah. They were drinking, they were all that. Even Chinese New Year pun all they were drinking. Okay, so it's not as if we past leaders have not gone through that and we don't understand our constituents. We do understand. And when we talk about some leaders which were highlighted by the mass media, which is not aligned to past, of course they're going to pick up all these things. But the inclusiveness of past leaders, they go to the ground. They go to the people's houses, to the estates. I was there the eve of Deepavali. This family, ribut di Kapar. That's before the Kuala Langat one. His apa semua jatuh, pecah and all that. And also his jiran and his car, all smashed. He went there. And few days ago, one family, they went shopping at 7 o'clock, just the day before Deepavali. And he's got this 5-year-old boy, his son. By 9 a.m., they got a call by the neighbors. The house was razed. When they came back, everything was gone, including the Deepavali punya preparation.
Yeah, I saw that on your social media. I think you shared that. Yeah.
So that's only me, but there's so many others. But it doesn't go highlighted. And that's the real, relief, friendship, empathy that past is trying to go through to all the communities, whatever races you are, whatever religion, and including the festivities of different religions. That is more important than the little mini drama that is taken out of context from the parliament.
But just on this point, and I think I want to move to our next segment, which is about ASEAN. I think that's I would love to get your views on that, because you've been very vocal. In fact, you made that speech in Parliament to Trump.
Yeah.
And,
1.4 million views.
One of them must be Trump. Yeah. But just two things. Okay. The first thing is, of course, recently in past case, there was your MP, YB Ustad Marzuq Syari, who made a statement sort of warning the majority Malay community, Muslim community in Malaysia of what could happen if they don't stand up for their rights. That Palestine could be Malaysia. Do you think that's a fair statement to make, YB? Come on. I mean, you being a doctor, I've seen your bio, you've traveled extensively, you've worked with so many different communities. Don't you think statements like that hurt what you do, which is you go on the ground, you work with different races, you support all different communities? It sort of is as an outsider, it looks like a huge contradiction. So that makes us unclear of what is actually past direction.
Okay. So you're talking about one individual?
No, but it's still
he was in the parliament, okay?
Yeah.
And I heard him.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I saw you were behind that.
Yes, okay. And after that, we asked him, what did he mean actually, So what he meant is, you see, Palestine, initially, they were the Palestinian people, okay? The Jews came in and there were Christians there until now,
until now
even
there's
Gaza,
Christians there.
until now. And they had no problems. But the Zionists,
Yes.
the Zionists are the one who wanted to clear them, the ethnic cleansing now and all that. They're not against just the Muslims, including the Christians and the Jews themselves, and all over the world.
Yeah.
So he was trying to make that analogy to the Malays. To the Malays. He was, talking to the Malays. He's not talking to other people. He's talking to the Malays. If you don't look after yourselves, you might end up like Palestine.
But isn't this fear-mongering, YB? Again, I hear a lot of these words in Parliament. For example, what he said after that, he said, saya bersuara membangkitkan kesedaran bangsa agar tidak lena dibuai kepalsuan kerana mengajak bangsa sendiri bersatu dan bangkit bukan dosa tapi tanggungjawab kita bersama.
Bangsa sendiri, his bangsa lah.
Yes, but this is Malaysia and you are past now. Past can no longer be just about Malay. You are the biggest party in Parliament. You're looking for national presence. We as the non-Muslims also want, and I mean, we want past to be on our side as well, to take care of us as well.
Yes. But you see, if you analyze what he was saying, he wasn't antagonizing the non-Muslims.
But
he wasn't.
Fair, but is he fear-mongering? Because we know very well, based on based on our federal constitution, that the rights of the Malays are enshrined in the constitution. You cannot touch it.
Yes, and
So
I
why-
think there's no problems with PAS.
But with statements like this, you don't think there's a problem?
He's talking about the Malays. He's not going against the non-Malays.
No, he's not. But again, as a past leader, when we hear statements like this, it is in contradiction with past's ambitions.
I think the problem is the culture, the fear, the phobia, what is already in, and especially with, of course, past rivals, when they say about something which is kind of, rugi lah for non-Malays, non-Muslims and all that, that is the part which is going to cause fear-mongering.
Yes.
When the Indians say, I want my apa kan, I want Mitra, I want my SJKT and all that, should the Malays feel threatened?
Of course not. Of
That's
course not.
exactly what he's doing. Sama lagi dengan China. When the China said, okay, kita ni kita punya I'm talking about Perikatan now because Chinese community kan,
Yes.
bagan kan.
Yeah.
Okay. Kita punya kita punya jambatan sudah rosak and all ni kan. Kita mau angkat barang susah and all that. Should the Malays feel threatened?
No.
So that's the thing. Our culture now is we have to cut this barrier. That's our problem. That's our problem with perpaduan. Everybody is, if somebody else got it, that means you don't have it. You're not going to have it. You get what I mean? That's our real problem. We haven't broken the kind of mentality, siege mentality. Everybody is thinking negatively about each other. And remember, PAS didn't tell the Chinese to go back to China, Tongsan, and the Indians to go to India. PAS never said that. That's why in Kelantan, the Chinese, the Indians are happy. You go to see the medsos now, the TikToks and all that, and they can catch at Kelantan, set kita. I don't even have my Kelantan is apa. Set kita jangan pecah. Memang our people, our Kelantan people jangan pecah. The Malay said that, the Chinese said that, the Indians said that, So they're very, very harmonious.
Okay.
If they can do that, why can't they do it in Malaysia?
But just one more based on my own curiosity when I listen to your answer is, again, I keep wondering in my mind, if PAS takes Putrajaya, will PAS's focus be predominantly on the Muslim community, or will it be for Malaysians? Because I want my children future to be included in the future of this country. I want my country to be prosperous for everyone, right? Because if everyone's prosperous, that's the best thing for everyone, right? We all benefit. So what's PAS's commitment there?
Okay. I forgot to bring the past constitution. I could show you. You see, if people just talk about what is in their minds, just quoting here and there, you can question that and take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But if you see it past constitution, then you can ask whoever becomes the leaders, the top leaders or the national leaders next time, okay? And you can say, hey, this is in your constitution. You know what is in past constitution? Because past never say to the Malays this and to the non-Malays this, to the Muslims this and the non-Muslims this. They talk the same thing, So that's why people don't like us. And we can understand that because we're taking the truth, So in past constitution, past, one of the usha, okay, the what we are striving for is, okay, kita akan jaga ukhuwah Islamiyah. That's for the Muslims. Dan perpaduan antara kaum. It's past constitution tau.
What about the prosperity of the other kaum? Because that's our focus.
All. Okay, let me tell you what past is holding on to. The Quran. The Quran itself says, see, we created you, that means God lah, okay? We created you from a male and a female, and you become, many tribes. And for what? To
so
know
that you
each
may
other.
know each other, yeah.
To know each other. And also, different verse, colors, language, is created by God. From Islam point of view, and that is what is past is holding to, you see, the Indians didn't create Indian, and they didn't create Tamil or Urdu one. The Chinese didn't create the Chinese slant eyes like this. The Chinese didn't do it, okay?
Excuse that racist.
No, I'm slant eyes, so they can't say I'm racist, okay? The Chinese didn't create Mandarin, Cantonese, Hokkien, and all that. The Malays didn't create the brownish color.
Skin tone, yeah.
Yeah, skin tone. And the Malay language.
It's all come from God.
Yes.
Agreed, yeah.
It's in the Quran. So if you fight with each other, because of the race, creed, including religion, the Hindus didn't create Hinduism.
God gave it, yeah.
Yeah. The Christian didn't create Christianity. The Muslims didn't create Islam. It's not the people. It's the Almighty.
Yeah.
So if you, that's why you have to respect and, you don't say bad things about other people and all that. And you talk about prosperity. This community, they like this lah. This community like this. No. We have to make sure everybody eats well, clothed, go to school, have jobs, have roofs over the top, not sick. That means for all. Pass for all means all that is catered for.
Okay.
Including
that's
education
good.
lah.
Definitely. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
I think that's what, when I talk to my community or people I know, I think that's our only focus. Because whenever I hear past leaders talking about, Kelantan, we have temples and everyone's happy. Yeah, we know that. And I think Malaysians are generally people who are very compassionate and more, we want peace and harmony. All of us want peace and harmony. I think, of course, you have your extremists, but most of us, I think, want that. But within that, so we accept that is a norm. But what we are looking for is, okay, what about the economic prosperity of our communities? And not communities, but Malaysia. So I think, thank you for answering that. I think that's clears up things. Let's go to the ASEAN Summit. Speaking of economic prosperity and all that, a lot of things to discuss.
Okay.
Many people have called the welcoming of Trump to Malaysia, the way our Prime Minister welcomed him, over the top. What do you think? Do you think it was over the top?
Yeah, lah.
With the dancing and all.
Not me, not me. You compare with they compared. Okay, not me. They compared with the Japanese welcoming. It was very simple, professional, but simple, not over the top. That's what you said. Okay. So, and especially when now the whole world is very angry about the genocide and the ethnic cleansing in Gaza. And who is responsible to supply the arms to kill all those babies and all that? Trump. So, yes, you've got the obligation for him to come to see the ASEAN, but don't go over the top lah.
So what would have done if you were the prime minister of the country?
Me,
You, yes, you.
Okay.
First female prime minister.
Okay.
Why not? Would you have denied Trump entry into Malaysia, or would you have welcomed him? What would you have done?
Let him in the country or welcome him. Okay, that's why I said we have got to be matang dan sejahtera. You see, mature. If he's coming here, it's kind of an obligation because you are the pengerusi ASEAN now. You see, habis lah. Okay, so he has got to come, but you don't have to really show such a kind of friendship, such kind of over the top lah.
No, I understand, but I'm talking about because we've heard even from other groups. One particular was like groups like BDS and all that, who said we should not welcome him into Malaysia. We should not be hosting him because of what's happening in Palestine. So, and in your speech, to be fair, I liked your speech because you were asking him to stop this whole genocide. You weren't really in your speech. You weren't really asking him to not come, but just saying stop the genocide, right? So, if PAS was our leaders, would they have done it? That's my question. Because to ensure our economic relationship between US.
Yeah. Okay. Whether we are going to let him in, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
To take care of our bilateral relationship.
Okay. If that is the need for the ASEAN as a chairman of the ASEAN, okay. So if that's got to be done, that's got to be done. But of course, you have to have a certain stance. You cannot get him to feel that he is very, very welcome. He's enjoying himself in Malaysia. Because that is just contrary to what you said, that you're going to solve the people's Palestine's problems. And he is the man who can do that. He can do that. He can instruct Netanyahu. He can not veto.
Stop funding and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In an article that was published in BBC, they was talking about how, despite the amazing comments of Trump's towards ASEAN and Malaysia and, really singing us praises, the title of this article was Trump gives toothless ASEAN summit its moment in the sun. Do you think that ASEAN is a toothless organization and or a toothless, coalition of countries?
Well, there is truth in there. There is truth in there. I mean, you have to compare, all those pros and against. Of course, with the government's side, of course, they're going to be praising him and, he's okay. You got a pen and all that, you see? Okay. But if let's get outside, from the third party. Somebody is saying this, you say BDS is saying that, what should be done? Because we are outside, we don't know what was going on. We don't know what was really happening. He said he's got 3 encounters and very, very close encounters and all that. If I would say, please call Netanyahu to stop killing this Gaza people and all that. Stop your Riviera ASEAN, as I mentioned in the parliament actually, in my speech, okay, ASEAN, the population is more than 600 million. So you can have a geopolitic economic bloc, which got some tooth lah. I mean, you don't have to bow to anybody. You already got it there. And every country has got their own strength. And they can help each other. They can synergize. And because as we are neighbors, we can solidify ourselves so that all the big brothers don't bully us lah.
Fair enough. And of course, the big thing that has come out of this summit is the US-Malaysia trade agreement. And YB Hassan Karim, as you mentioned, has been the most vocal on it. He's been full on. And what are your thoughts about this trade agreement?
Okay, let me put it, not just that, it's very specific, okay? If I were the Prime Minister, okay?
Yes. Would you have signed it?
Okay. The thing is that, you see, you have to understand the complications, the implication, and the extent of what you're doing. Not just this year, not just next year, not just Trump's presidency, but over the years, over the next generation. What does this all mean? You have to get the facts, you got to have the due diligence, and what should be done and what should never be done. And that shall thing,
Do you think
in
that
legal terms, that's what the legal says. I'm not legal, I'm doctor. So,
But one of the things that was quite, I also agreed with the PN bloc was that this agreement was signed without it being tabled in Parliament first.
Yes.
It was tabled after the signing, so there's not much reason to actually table it.
What is Parliament? Dewan Rakyat.
Yeah, the people's
We
voice.
are the Wakil Rakyat. You see, we have to know. And when we asked, I wasn't one of it, because in Parliament, you don't have much time. And we are also fighting for the turns. Okay?
Yeah, only a few.
Yeah.
There's
So
a
you
list.
ask for pendidikan, you cannot ask this kementerian. Kan? Okay. So, you see, we, the Wakil Rakyats, need to know what is going on. What will be signed? What is going to be the impact to our people? It's our people's rights across the country to know what will it mean. Well, this is a trade, okay? Trade, business and things like that. But what about other things? The workers, our local workers, our local factories, our local manufacturers. What will happen to them? And our future, our manufacturing, our R&Ds. Will it mean that you have to submit to US? You have to tell them everything? Now, I just heard that Bank Negara has got to give the numbers and all that, figures, to US. Why should you? You merdeka or not?
I recently interviewed Mr. Fitri, who is the SecGen of Pesawah. And that interview, he was sharing a lot of things, which is just amazing. The way we talk about food security, but then what we actually do, again, is in huge contradiction, right? And of course, now with the US trade agreement, we are going to we have committed to provide significant preferential market access for US industrial goods and exports. One of them is dairy, horticulture products, poultry, processed products, beverages, pork, rice, fuel, ethanol, and all sorts of metal and all that. So in terms of food security, which is I'm very concerned about, because it's a unifying thing. Everybody needs food on the table. How do you see this trade agreement, this preferential treatment to imports from US affecting our local producers?
Okay. What's the distance from US to Malaysia?
Very far.
And what's the importing expenses?
And we can't charge tariffs on them, right? We can't charge taxes on them as well. So we don't make any money on that as well. Yeah.
And you talk about Malaysia. Malaysia is a very, very fertile land, Got lots of water. We got all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Okay? And we can plant almost everything here. And still we are importing. Why? Also jagung, we also have to import from USA. Whereas it can survive here. And of course, when I mentioned about R&Ds and things like that,
that's a huge
all the
thing.
educational advancement, state of the art, so everything you have to ask and depend on US. Where's our dignity? Where's your sovereignty? Where's your voice? What happened to our next generation? See?
That's true. That's the scary part of this agreement. Even I reading it last night, I was like, wow, this is scary, man. This is really scary. But yeah, sorry, go on, maybe.
So come back because I'm now the PM, okay?
So I listen to you. Yeah.
Okay. So you see, if you want to embark on something very big, which is going to impact across the board, all the commitments, the ministries, and the poor and the rich are also going to be affected. And now, even now, M40 is saying they are becoming to be B40.
Yeah, especially after the pandemic. Yeah.
So that's before the trade agreement. And as Machan was saying, the devil is in the details. Okay, we haven't got into the details yet, but the shall means you are obliged.
Thank you so much, Vavi, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the back and forths I have with past people. It's fun to get to know you all and get to know you. It was fantastic. Thank you so much. And wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vavi. Thank you. So, guys, that was YB Dr. Hajah Halimah Ali again from PAS. We're so grateful to her for coming on the podcast, especially Dr. Sean for connecting us as well. And to all, I know you guys have been commenting that these past few weeks I've been having a lot of Perikatan members. Okay, fine. So to all you Madani people, please come on as well. We'll send you invites. Please come on. So guys, if you have any opinions, please share them in the comment section. We'll love to hear them. Until next time, take care. See you. Bye.